He had clearly been given anesthesia, but somehow, he didn't lose consciousness. He could even feel the icy sting of the antiseptic being wiped across his body. He tried to scream for help, but not a sound came out. Then the surgeon picked up a scalpel and sliced into his chest. All he could do was let out a silent, agonizing scream. There was nothing he could do to stop it. His name was Nick. He was born into a wealthy family, but had suffered from a heart condition since childhood. As he grew older, the illness worsened. Unfortunately, his blood type was rare, and a matching heart donor had been impossible to find. Nick had a close friend named David, who was a doctor. They shared a strong bond, and Nick had always hoped David would be the one to perform his surgery. But Nick's mother didn't trust David. He had a 10-year medical career shadowed by several failed surgeries. Left with no choice, Nick reluctantly let go of the idea. One day, Nick met Daisy. Within months, he fell completely in love with her, but his mother would never approve of him marrying someone from a poor background. So Nick went behind her back and married Daisy at a small chapel. He even asked David to be there as a witness to their love. Just as they were planning their honeymoon, the hospital where David worked contacted Nick. They'd found a suitable donor. They decided to go ahead with the surgery the next day. But when Nick's mother heard the news, she didn't trust the low-profile hospital, and she definitely didn't trust David. Still, Nick had made up his mind, and so he was wheeled into the operating room. Lying on the table, he was still dreaming about the life he'd share with Daisy after the operation. But that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Despite the anesthesia, Nick felt every ounce of pain. During the surgery, he overheard David and another doctor whispering something. It sounded like they were planning to kill him. Suddenly, Nick realized he could move again. He tore off the oxygen mask, but when he stood up, he saw his body was still lying on the table. It hit him, his soul had left his body. There wasn't time to think. He had to find out the truth. He wandered through the hospital until he reached David's office. There, he saw a photo of Daisy and David together, and several more photos of the people currently operating on him. It turned out Daisy knew all of them from the start. Years ago, David, Daisy, and the others had been involved in a medical malpractice case. After a botched surgery, they were all held financially responsible. Daisy even lost her job at the hospital because of it. When they found out Nick was a billionaire, Daisy made a move. Pretending to fall in love with him, David approached him as a friend. Once Daisy got Nick to sign a marriage certificate, all they had to do was make sure something went wrong during surgery, and then Daisy would inherit Nick's $1 billion fortune.